Yeah, Danilo, this is Nancy. I'm not getting video, so I may just have to follow along with audio.
Okay, that's fine. No problem. No problem. Okay, so welcome everyone. This is Premier Chess Adult Beginner, and this is the let's see, week 10 Queen's Gambit Netflix series game analysis. So we're gonna take a look at some of the positions and puzzles from the Netflix series that caused a stir all around the world and has revived interest in chess. Side note, hey Nancy, it's working.
Hey,
Excellent. How you
I
doing?
made it.
Excellent. I've been reading a lot of articles. I've been compiling a lot of not only videos about the chess games, but also videos like about the series itself, and interviewing the producer, the director of the series, and then Gary Kasparov, and then Bruce Pandolfini, who are consulted with for the chess games, and the actors and actresses. And yeah, it's very fascinating. So I compiled all those, and I'm also compiling a bunch of articles. And it's funny, I can't even keep up with it. There's so many articles coming out about it. I can't even keep up with it. And so one thing that was interesting, I wanted to mention now is that um, typically around this time, there's always like shortages of like, toys and games because it's upcoming Christmas, right? And Black Friday. There's a shortage of chess sets. Did you know that?
Oh
No.
my
They said you
gosh.
cannot find a chess set in like big stores like Walmart and Target because people are like
Wow.
buying it up. Everybody wants to buy a chess set, and not only the like nice wooden ones, like even this, the little like flimsy plastic ones. People are like going crazy. They said they said normally I think like so far I think their sales of chess sets was up like 178%, they said, in Walmart. And that's
Wow.
just well, no, that's even before the Netflix series, because that was just because of the lockdown that people were getting more interested in chess because they were indoors most of the time. And then the Netflix series came out, and that exploded to like 1000%. So 10 times the demand of last year for chess sets.
Wow.
So pretty amazing. Like people are getting interested in chess all over the place, all due to this show. And what's funny, I was talking to my daughter about it, and she loves it, because she's a girl. And she was saying it's unfortunate that it's fictional. That it's unfortunate that she's not a real person. And I said, you know what? It doesn't even matter that she's not even a real person, because the effect is real throughout the world. It's creating such interest and passion about chess. Who cares if it's fictional? It's inspiring people, right?
Right.
And that's the goal. I think that's the director, I think, could claim success for a show that's fictional to cause such inspiration in so many people. And I think they did a great job for in that respect. So yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. All right, so let me so you wanted me to go over real quick what it means to analyze, right?
Yes, please.
All right, so I'm just gonna go into my on my um profile. So I'm gonna go to one of my recent games. Let's say I just pick this one. And now if I want to analyze, let's see, how do I let's see here. Let me hold on. It's been a while since I did this. Yeah, I think this one. Let's say analysis board. Okay, there. So yeah, I'm at analysis board, and if I want to turn on Stockfish, go all the way back to the beginning and just hit this thing. See, so it says Stockfish 11 plus, right? You see that? So
Okay.
now it's analyzing every single move. So this arrow, this blue arrow, means that's what it thinks is the best move for white. And you can see this bar over here. It's going to go up and down based on the moves and based on who it thinks is ahead. And 0.4, does everybody know what this means? It's plus 0.4. Anybody know? Okay. So if it says 1, so 1, if it's plus 1, that means you're okay. So if it's plus, that means white is winning. If it's minus, whatever number, that means black is winning. So if it says +1, then that means that white would be up either materially 1 pawn, or on positionally 1 pawn. And if there's like it goes up, really even higher if it's really, overwhelming dominating position plus, 8, 9, 10. And then if it's like a mate, a forced mate, then it goes crazy. It goes like +20. So yeah, so that's that. So you can see. So now see it calculates every move and it gives the best move there. Let me just go to a key position. Let's see here. Let's just go. Okay. So fairly even for the most part in this game. Oh, Hanya's there. Good. So yeah. Yeah, so that's basically how you can use this. Okay, so now look, you see it says -4, right? So that means that I'm winning. Black is winning by let's see. It says 4.4 pawns. So positionally, I don't have positionally I'm winning by how many? By 2 pawns. But those extra 2.4 pawns is probably because sorry, I'm winning by 2 pawns and I'm also winning by an extra bishop, right? So that's also how it's calculating that. So yeah. And then and then there's this down here. So let's see. Let me see. Oh, so this is another thing you can do. Is pretty cool. Yeah, so here you click this button and you can go through your whole game. So let's start from the beginning. Yeah, go through your whole game and where is it going to start? Let's see. Okay. All right, so I guess every move is going to say, what's the best move, right? And then if you want a hint, yeah. All right, it's probably saying castle all the way over here. Like that. That'd be castling. Yeah. So yeah, so you can do that and try to analyze your games that way and test yourself. That's one thing. And then let's see here. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Is that a little bit clearer, Greg?
Yep. Yes, it is.
All right, cool. Yeah, so that's Stockfish right here.
Oh,
That's how you
I'm
activate.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I didn't understand that castle. It seems.
Oh yeah, because this is chess 960.
Ah.
You see?
Oh.
You see how in the beginning, you see all the pieces are randomized, right? And you see on the right side, so you see this let me show it to you. Right here, you see this dice, right? That means it's chess 960. Because I told you guys how much I love chess 960, right?
Right.
So that's pretty much what I play for the most part. And of course, I'm a bullet player, so 1 minute bullet rated is I just played this like 2 days ago. And this is position out of 960 possible positions. This is number 36, right? So, black and white, mirrored position, mirrored, what do you call it? Mirrored starting position. And yeah. And so in this case, yeah, yeah, that's how you, so the way you castle, you just place your king on top of the rook. And see, it like normally my king would be on e8, right, in normal standard chess. So if you want to castle queenside, the king just ends up on c8. So it ends up looking the exact same way as if you're playing normal chess, right? And the same thing, if I wanted to castle kingside, in this position I can't because my rook's in the way. So the first thing I would have to do would be like move my rook, and then I can castle kingside like that. You see? It's a little bit different. Yeah, you get used to it if you play more, though. It's a lot of fun. I love it for many reasons that I've explained to you guys many times. You don't have to worry about all this crazy opening theory, and every position is new and unique, and so it makes games more exciting in my mind.
Okay. In 2 sentences,
Go ahead.
can you tell me what Fritz is?
Yeah, Fritz is that's a different chess program. I don't think they use that on any chess websites though. I think maybe you have to buy it, I guess. But yeah, it's a very strong chess program that that was developed. Yeah, there's a bunch of them like Leela Zero. That's also a very strong chess program. So yeah, I mean there's many different, and I think they all function. They're all slightly different in the way they analyze. So
Oh, so it analyzes.
I mean the way I'm sorry. I mean the way they think. The way
Oh.
the way they think. Like apparently Leela Zero. The way Leela Zero improved was it just because I think like in some of the chess programs like Stockfish, for example, what they do is they maybe they download, I don't know, millions of games, and so it uses that to compare and find out, you know, based on those games what's the best move and everything. But Leela Zero was different. They didn't do that with Leela Zero. In order for Leela Zero to improve, they had it play itself. And so it played itself like, I don't know, millions of times. And from that trial and error, it figured out how to improve. It's just crazy, right? So yeah, that's chess computers. I don't really like playing chess computers. I don't know if I told you guys that. I don't find it to be that fun. Oh, by the way, you can also play. You guys know how to play the computer on Lead Chess if you wanted to play the computer? Anybody know? Okay. All right. So you go to the home page. So this is the home page. And you go right here to the right side, play with the computer. And you can play whatever level you want. And you can play whatever variant you want. Whatever time control you want. I found value actually. One time I played the computer at level 1 only because I wanted to test out the blindfold. Remember I told you guys how to do blindfold chess on Lead Chess?
No.
I didn't tell you that. Oh, all right. I thought I told you that. All right. So this is how you do it. So you go to your you click on your name, top right corner. You go to preferences, and then you go all the way down. So now we're in game display, right? So now you go all the way down. Here it says blindfold chess, right? Invisible pieces. So now you click yes, and it will make all of the games that you play. You can't see the pieces at all. You can only see the notation on the right side as you're moving. It shows the notation, but you can't see the pieces. And same thing, you know, you click on the pieces and you move them, but you just can't see them. And it's a lot of fun to practice your memory. And I've done it a couple times. And I've done it with you know, it's good to practice. You know, start with Stockfish on the first level, you know, and practice blindfold and see how good you do, you know. So yeah, that's one way to improve. Yeah, so you start all in the beginning, the first level, the easiest, and try to do blindfold and see what you do against that. It's a lot of fun. And that's really the only way I'll play the computer. Otherwise, I really don't like playing computers. I only like playing humans. It's I don't know. I just find it no fun. It's too cold, too calculating, too impersonal. You know, chess. You know, some people say that because computers were invented, that chess will be obsolete and will be no more. I don't really believe that because I think humans have intuition, you know, and brilliancies, and you know, we can't necessarily calculate everything, but you know, sometimes, you know, you hear grandmasters say in this position, you know, this just feels like the right move. You know, sometimes you operate on intuition, and I don't think computers will ever have intuition. You know, they have raw calculating power, but it's different. You know, intuition is very different from a mathematical equation, right? And I think computers try to reduce chess to a mathematical equation, but it's not, definitely not. So, and that's evidenced by all the, you know, top players, and you see all these different styles, right? Everyone has a different style. Even you can still be a top player and have such a radically different style. So yeah. All right, everybody good with that? All right.
Yes, thank
Sweet.
you.
Sure. So let's do some Queen's Gambit stuff. All right. All right. So what do you think here? White to move. So white to move, and yeah, so the pawns are blocking each other. So what do you think?
Knight to h7.
Knight to h7. So yeah, also the I think it's like this is like a forced mate in like 3 moves, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, this is a forced mate. So does anybody remember the scene when they showed this position, it was in the I think it was in Benny's apartment. His name is Benny Hill, I think it was, right? Was it? No, it's just Benny. Just Benny. Okay, so it was in his apartment, and he brought over a bunch of guys, and some of them were like top grandmasters. And the one guy's like, "Do you like puzzles?" And he sat down and he showed Beth this one really quick. He's like, "Mate in 3, what is it?" And she got it in like a couple seconds. Made it even more dramatic. And then another woman who was there. She was like, distracting Beth with some question, and then the guy's like, "Don't distract her," and then Beth says, "She's not distracting me," and then she got the right answer like immediately. So what do you guys think? White to move. So if we go knight h7, you lose your bishop. Right? So what do you think? White to move.
Knight to e4.
So knight to e4, no good. Well, number 1, you lose your bishop, and number 2, you can lose your knight.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, remember the pawn's going down. What do you guys think?
Wait a minute, a question.
Yeah.
Oh, but the black king can't, okay, I'm sorry, this is elementary stuff, so forgive me. The black
all right.
king can't take the white bishop because doesn't he put himself in check?
Yep. Yeah, you can't take it. Yeah, it's protected. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and you said it was mate in 3, right?
Yeah, mate in 3. Yeah.
How about knight to c5?
Knight to c5. Okay. Okay, so now if you notice in this position, black only has 2 possible moves: king to g7 and bishop to g7, right? So okay, let's say he goes king g7. Now what do you do? So if you did knight c5, so now what's the follow-up?
Knight to e5?
Okay. Oh, actually,
Oh,
no.
no, 6.
You mean e6? Yeah. Okay. So both knights can go to e6. So which one you want to move to?
Oh, I want to move the one that's on the C file.
The one on c5. Okay. Check. Okay. So oh, actually, again here, black has 2 possible options: h6 and f6, and either one is fine because there's no mate in 3 after this.
Okay.
So yeah. If this knight moves, the bishop falls. So yeah, no mate with that. And if you go to h6, there's actually no checks at all. So yeah. So the answer is not knight c5. So what else do you think?
Like d8?
Knight d8. All right, let's see. Knight d8. Okay, so now, all right, so let's try again. King g7. Now what are you going to do?
Knight to e6.
Okay, so again, both knights can go to e6.
Oh, and that's not going to work.
Yeah, so basically it's the same thing, right?
Yep.
Same thing. So let's go back. Okay. What else? So we have somebody new here, Destiny Bats. Hello.
Did we do knight to H7?
Yeah.
We did that?
Knight H7. Yeah, the bishop drops.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
How about bishop
Yeah, I'm-
e6?
Bishop where?
E6?
E6. Oh, right here. Oh, okay. So, okay. Okay, so now king, let's see, king goes here. Now what?
Pawn F5?
Well, the pawn can't
The
move.
white. Oh,
Yeah. Pawn can't move. They're blocking each other. So it's white's move here. Is there any good move here for white? What do you think?
Maybe knight
can you move?
Knight to where?
e8?
D8. Okay, knight D8. Okay, and we can go. You can just go back to F6, and now there's no mate really. Oh, hey, Destiny, can you turn on your mic? Oh, hey, how you doing, Destiny?
Hi.
Hi. So, so you said you'd never played chess before?
No.
So wait, but you know the rules of the game?
Nope.
Oh my good. Well, very much a beginner. Oh my goodness.
And my name is Stacy. That's my daughter's name. up there.
Oh, okay, cool. Stacy, sorry. All right, so let me rename you so that I'm not.
Yeah, but I'll watch.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow, so you're ultra beginner. So have you started in any of the other classes?
No, Evan is doing this in honor of my brother, Sharu Robinson, who passed away like a month ago.
Oh.
I told myself I was gonna learn in his honor.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh wow. Wow. Okay. Well. Okay. All right. Well,
So
yeah.
can we step back just a minute? Can we go through the
Uh.
steps that you taught us last time where
Mhm.
we walked through the unprotected pieces and then which pieces have the opportunity to do checks? Did we actually walk through that?
Okay. Okay. So let's go back then. All right. So I think what you're talking about is every time you look at a puzzle, you scan the board, right? The first thing we assess is material, right? Is white or black winning in material? So here, who's winning in material?
White.
Yeah, white is winning by 2 knights, right?
Mhm.
So very much winning in material. Okay, and the next thing we look for is positionally. Who's winning, white or black? Positionally. So yeah, it
White.
definitely is white. Black only has 1 move and 2 moves that he can possibly do, and white has many moves. So yeah, definitely white's winning material and positionally. And then you also look for unprotected pieces.
Unprotected pieces.
Yeah, unprotected. So the bishop on A8 on H8 is definitely unprotected. But in this puzzle, that most likely doesn't matter because the goal will definitely be checkmate, right? Because the king
Okay.
only has 1 option, so we know we're gonna our goal is to try to restrict the king movement. So all right, so I'll help you guys out with this one. This is not easy. So the idea with this one is you have to bring in this knight into the game. Now you guys both chose a few of you chose knight d8, and then one person said knight c5, and those are good, but it's kind of hard to get at the king through those squares, and so better is to bring the knight to d6. The problem is the king's there, right? So where do you think we should move the king? Where's a good place to move the king to get the knight so the knight can jump on d6? What do you think?
Move him up one.
Yeah, which square?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does. Oh yeah. So
Oh.
the king can move to
mo-
5 different squares, right? So which one?
Can I not move him to D7? I was just thinking move one up.
Yeah. So d7 is the best move. Why is that the best move? Why is king d5 not the best move? What do you guys think?
It allows the black king to move towards the center of the board.
Yeah, you're allowing black's king to escape, right? You don't want to allow him to escape. So so you have to make sure right now he only has 1 square he can go to. So you want to keep the black king imprisoned and with as little moves as possible. Do not give your opponent counterplay. So king d7 accomplishes vacating d6 for the knight to enter, at the same time as continuing to restrict the king, cannot move here, and his pawn is controlling e5, so the king can't go to e5, right? So that's the best move. So now we have 2 possible moves for black: king g7, bishop g7. So let's look at both. So what if king g7? So now what do we do?
Now you move the knight, setting it in place
Yeah, so now where do we go? To where?
to D6.
Yep, move knight d6. Now let's say the king. So the king has actually, now he has 1, 2, 3 different options. So which one do you want to do first? Do f8 maybe? Let's do f8. F8. Okay. So I said 1, 2. Now mate and 3. So now this is checkmate. Where's checkmate?
Knight to h7.
Knight h7. Is that checkmate?
What would be the next? Yeah.
Is that checkmate? What do you think?
No.
Where can the king move?
To e7 and g7.
No, okay, move to e7 because the king's right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, g7. Yeah, king can move to g7. So definitely that's not checkmate. Okay, where else? We need one mate and 1 here.
Knight to F5.
Knight to f5. Oh, you mean taking the pawn? Okay, so you can take the pawn, but that's not mate
Not mate, right?
because now I mean the bishop can move. The bishop's now free.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So no, we need mate and 1 here.
Okay.
Knight-
You can move the knight on the G file to E6.
Yeah, 96 mate. Very nice coordination with the 3 minor pieces. This knight defending the bishop on f7, and this knight delivering a check at the same time as controlling g7, preventing the escape, right? Preventing escape here. So very nice mate with the 3 minor pieces. Okay, so now let's look at what if he went. What if black went king f6? Now, where's the mate here?
Knight on the D file to E8.
Knight d6 to e8. Yes, beautiful. Again, attacking the king and cutting off the escape square on g7, right? Very nice. And in coordination with this knight, protecting the bishop and the bishop controlling g6. and the pawn controlling e5. Very good. Okay, good. Now, what happens if king h6?
Knight takes f5.
Yes.
Knight takes
Yes.
f5. Yeah, knight takes
Yes.
f5 is mate. Beautiful mate again. Controlling g7, preventing the escape, and attacking the king on h6. Bishop does a nice job of controlling the light squares, h5 and g6, and this knight is controlling h7. Right? Very nice coordination with all three minor pieces. Very nice. Okay, good. So now let's look at what if you move the bishop instead? Let's see, instead of going to king g7, what if you move the bishop to g7? Now what do we do?
The checkmate move?
Oh no, no, this is not mate because this is the second move, right? So let's go back. Let's go back really quick. So king d7, and now we're saying if you didn't do king g7, if you did bishop g7, so now this is white's second move. So yeah, the second move, and then on the third move is going to be mate. So what's the second move here?
You still want to bring your knight over to the
Yeah,
g6?
definitely. Yeah, still bring the knight. Okay, and now black only has one move. Actually, no, sorry. Black has three moves here, but it really doesn't matter what he does.
Knight to e4.
Oh no, I'm saying it's black's move here. So black has three moves: bishop h8, bishop f8, and bishop h6. But it doesn't matter which one he chooses because it's always going to be the same response for white. So what is it? Mate and one now.
Knight e4.
Knight e4, no. Why knight e4 now?
Not 94.
No. Why?
Okay.
For
No.
two
never mind.
reasons. Two reasons. There's an escape square on g7 and pawn just takes.
Ah,
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. What else?
Knight to e8.
Yeah, 98. Yeah, 98. Very nice check, and at the same time controlling the g7 square. So that's why it really didn't matter. It really didn't matter where the bishop went. It would have been the same move every single time. Same mate. So yeah, the key move here that showed that Beth understood what type of position this was she knew that you needed to bring in the knight into the attack and close the mating net around the king. So king g7 was the key move. That's all she said in the series was king. Oh, by the way, Stacy, we're discussing. You see that the Netflix series Queen's Gambit?
No, I start watching it, but it's hard to follow.
Yeah. I mean, actually, you don't have to be a chess player to understand it because I know a lot of non-chess players that love it. But yeah, for chess players who do like chess, it's really it's good. So I'm actually taking positions in games from the series and analyzing it because everybody wanted to see it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, cool. So yeah, so this is this position, this puzzle. She found it in a few seconds. And does that make you feel better or worse? What do you think? Oh man. But don't worry, she's just an actress. I'm sure she couldn't find it in real life.
And Ella?
Yeah.
She, She was using drugs, and I'm sure if I took drugs, I'd do better too.
Yeah, I know, right? That's true. But you know, I thought it was pretty encouraging that at the end, in the final episode, when she was doing like the really high class tournaments, she stopped the alcohol, and she stopped the drugs, and
Right.
and she realized that she didn't need them, which is pretty awesome, right? So I thought that was a very nice you know, twist to the story. Yeah, she thought she needed them, you know, but no, that kind of stuff just slows you down in the end. All right, so let's look at the next position. So this is a game that she played when she was, I guess, around 9 years old, still in the orphanage, and she played. Well, first of all, does everybody here know Scholar's Mate?
Mm-mm.
I know it's not good. It's not good for one of the people.
Yeah, it's not good. Definitely not good. Well, it's not good if you fall for it, but if you do it,
That's
then
right.
it feels good. All right, so let me see about Scholar's Mate here. Hold on. Let's see. I'll try to figure this out. Hold on. All right. Okay, so Scholar's Mate is you guys were saying, you know, you wanted to go over the basic opening traps that she fell for. So here's one that a lot of beginners fall for. So basically it's a 4-move checkmate, right? E4, E5, and then bishop C4. Why bishop C4? Why is that a good move? What do you think? Any idea?
Mm-mm.
Target the F pawn.
Yeah, targeting the F pawn. Yeah, so very important to target the sensitive F7 pawn, right? Also controlling the center, one center square, D5, and also controlling E6. But very importantly is the F7 pawn. So that's very important. And then let's say black goes B6, then the white queen jumps out to H5, and now black doesn't see what's happening. Or let's say, yeah, so bishop B7, and now what's the winning move here?
I guess would it be the bishop moving in, the white bishop
Moving to where?
to 7 to F7?
F7 check. Okay, but that's not. It's a good move, but it's not checkmate, right? Because
Okay.
king just goes
Oh,
up.
right.
So
That's right.
better move.
Queen to F7.
Oh, you'd have to move the queen.
Yeah,
The white
queen.
queen.
The queen goes F7. That's the mate. That's the scholar's mate in 4 moves. That's the mate in 4 that a lot of kids, a lot of beginners and kids fall for. And so, yeah, so that's one of the first lessons that every beginner learns usually. Has anybody fallen for this, by the way?
Absolutely. My
Yeah.
brother Monty taught me this several times.
Yeah, very, very important. Yeah, once my daughter's 8, by the way. Once she learned this, she realized how effective it was in beginners. So she's so happy that she used this so many times, and so many of her opponents fall for it, and she just starts laughing. Ha ha. So yeah. So queen H5. So let's say black does knight F6. Says, okay, I'm going to attack the queen. Now what's the best move for white?
I guess you can still move in with the queen, right?
Still, mate.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Beginners get confused. You know, they see the queen out there, and they're like, oh, let me attack the queen. And then they forgot, why is the queen even there? Oh, because he wants to checkmate on F7. Okay, so they forgot about that. So, and then another big mistake that beginners make is they see that white wants to deliver this checkmate. So they say, okay, so I'm going to block the queen. Now, why is that a bad move?
Oh, you could move the queen to E,
Yep.
E5.
Mhm.
Yeah, queen e5. Queen takes e5. And what does that do? Why is that a good move? Not just because you want a pawn, but why is that a good move?
Well, now you're in, you have the black king in checkmate, right?
No, no, it's not checkmate.
Black
Why is it?
loses,
Say again?
black loses a rook.
Yeah, so this is the fork, right? You're forking the king and the rook. So g6 opened up this diagonal, the a1 to h8 diagonal, and now queen takes e5, delivers a nice fork. And there's no way that black can save this rook, right? So he can try here, check, and there. So no way to save the rook. So you lose the rook, no good. All right, now tell me what is a good way to defend against this checkmate? What do you think as black?
Black could move its pawn, the pawn that's on d7, move it up to d5.
Okay, d7, d5. You could do that, and then bishop takes, and now
Not protected. Yeah.
now the mate the mate of threat is renewed at the same time as now white is attacking the rook
Fork.
at the same time, so that's no good. You don't want that.
Yes.
All right, give me another better way to protect, defend against this mating threat. What do you think?
This is very complicated.
Wait, so Stacy, do you know the moves, like how the pieces move at all?
No.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you have a lead chess account, right?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay,
Evan just let me join his, and then he told me that I was too advanced, so join yours.
okay, okay. So yeah, I definitely recommend you check out the lead chess. I can tell
Can
you
you
about
put it
that.
in the chat?
Well, yeah, this is the website we're on. Yeah, I'll
Oh.
send. Yeah, if you just send me your email, I'll include you on
Okay.
the emailing list. Yeah, I'll send you.
What if you move the black king?
Where? Here?
Yeah.
All right, is that a good move, everyone? What do you think? What does everyone think about that move?
Hmm.
Good move?
Yeah.
That's a good move? No, that is a horrible move. Why is that a horrible move? Why is that a horrible move?
Oh, because
Go ahead.
spinning the knight, I mean, the king is pinned against the queen.
Yep.
The king is what?
The king is pinned against the queen.
No, not just that reason. There's a very big reason why that's a bad move.
Well, the white queen can go into f7.
The white queen can go into f7. Okay, so you could do that, but here that's not mate because now the king escapes here. I mean it's gonna be, yeah, it's not really mate, so it's just king gets slippery. There's a very important reason why king e7 is a horrible move. What do you think? What do you think?
You oops,
Oh, sorry. All right, go ahead.
you capture the black pawn, just like we were going to do before.
King, queen to where?
E6.
Oh, e5 you mean? Yeah, and now that the king moved up, now queen takes e5 is mate.
Oh, right.
King can't escape anywhere, right? So yeah, king e7 actually worsens the situation. So you don't want to worsen the situation. You want to try to. So what's the best move to try to prevent this? Queen f7 mate. What do you think?
Well, black might have to take their knight out or their queen out early. Maybe pull the queen out.
To where?
Maybe just one space.
Okay, queen
to
e7. Yeah, that's a good one. That's fine. Yeah, both the e pawn and the f7 pawn are protected. So yeah, that's fine. Perfectly fine. Another possibility is queen f6. So yeah. but actually, I think Queen E7 is even better because now you're allowing yeah. Anybody have a question? No. Okay. Yeah. So you're not occupying F6. So now the knight can jump to F6, and with tempo, right, and attack the queen. Now the queen's forced to move again, and that's one major reason why you do not want to bring your queen out so early, because especially with so many pieces on the board, because it just allows your queen to get pushed around by your opponent's pieces, and your opponent will be able to get in a superior position very easily. So yeah, a lot of beginners love to bring their queen out. They're like, oh, the queen's the most powerful piece, let me bring that out first. And that's such a good idea. I'm sure none of you guys make that mistake, right? So yeah.
You are so naive.
I always assume the best of people, you know.
Danilo, how long have you been playing chess?
How long have I been playing?
Yeah.
I think my father taught me when I was around 6 years old, and when I turned 12 is when I developed a deep, passionate interest in chess. And yeah, for me it was like chess and piano together. Was I got really deeply interested in both at like around 12, and I was just ravenous with devouring information about chess. Like I got a lot of chess books, reading. I was playing online. That was in the late 90s. I was playing, and the internet was just coming out, and I was playing a lot online. And I had a chess tutor, and I went to chess tournaments, and I even went to Washington Square Park and played with the Hustlers a little bit. That was fun. although it's kind of did I tell you guys these stories like it's kind of a little bit dangerous when you go there. You shouldn't go there by yourself. But I went there with my father. He made sure they paid up, because sometimes they don't want to pay up, you know. And they're like, you know, they say, okay, we'll play for like, I don't know, $3 a game, and then if you win a couple, and then you're like, okay, pay me, and then they say, but you didn't pay for the rent on the board, you know.
Oh.
So they make up these rules after the fact, and what are you gonna do? You know, you're on their turf, you can't do much. So yeah, you just leave. But sometimes they would pay up, and I mean, I felt a little bit bad, because it's like these guys, I feel like they're playing for like their food money, like so they could eat. I'm taking away their food. but I kept going back, and they started recognizing me, like, oh, that's the kid that was pretty good. So yeah. It's a lot of fun. I haven't been back there in a long time. I'd love to go back there. I love seeing people play chess, like in parks and different places like that. It always attracts me. But yeah, there was a moment there I was getting pretty deep. We did a lot of traveling with tournaments and everything. That was a lot of fun. my family loved the traveling, because they went sightseeing, and I was like in the hotel playing in my chess games. And I was fine. I was happy. I didn't feel like I was missing out or anything. So yeah. All right. So everybody got this? The scholar's mate. Understand how to do it, and how to defend against it, and why it's not necessarily recommended. But if you play my daughter, she'll probably gonna try it on you. So watch out. Okay. So cool. All right. So maybe we have time for one more. Let's go back here. So this is the game that Beth Harmon played with this guy Gantz. You guys remember that she was like 9? She was in the basement with Scheibel, the janitor, and then he brought in this. I think it was like a principal from a. Oh no, maybe he was the head of the chess club from another school.
Right.
And they were playing, so she was playing both of them together, right? And so at the end of this game, like she gets up and she says, you know, did you move your king to C7? He's like, yep. And she's like, all right, do bishop D8. That's mate. And she's not even looking at the board. And he's like, oh, what the hell? How does this girl do this? So this is actually a very old game. Not old, I guess 110 years old. And played in 1910 in Vienna by Reddy. So by the way, a lot of these games that are chosen, that they showed in the series, they're classical, you know, games played by top players in history, like very famous games. So, which is pretty cool that they did that. Harmon is white and Gantz is black. So e4, c6. So this is called the Caro-Kann. e4, c6, d4, d5. This is the Caro-Kann setup, right? So there's a lot of different possibilities to do here. You can go bishop d3 and protect the pawn that way. You can go knight d2, protect the pawn that way. Those are all considered fine. You can go e5. That's considered the advanced variation of the Caro-Kann. And then maybe the bishop would want to come here, pawn here, and maybe pawn up. Now the bishop has a chance to retreat like that. That's a possibility. But in this game, Harmon did knight c3. Knight c3, defending the pawn that way. Okay, so d takes e4. Knight takes e4. And now, okay, so knight comes to f6. So now she defends with queen d3, but it's completely possible that, there's opening theory of, the knight can take, and actually there's taking with the g pawn or taking with the e pawn are both considered okay. Like taking with the g pawn, although it looks like it ruins your pawn structure a little bit, it gives black an open file to work with. Rook comes over, and the open file is pretty nice. And also the center is pretty strong with the double pawns there. And then taking with the e pawn is also can be nice. G6 and f5, and now black has a little bit control over e4. So yeah, both possibilities. But she chose queen d3, and now e5. Okay, looks like a pawn sacrifice, but not really, because he's going to get it back. So Beth takes the pawn, and then the queen comes to a5. So easily winning back the pawn. Here's a forking the king and the pawn. All right, bishop to d2. Queen takes e5. So now white castles queenside, and now here's the ending of the game. This is a very short game, considered a miniature. This is 11 moves long. So now, what is the best move here? It's a very famous game. What is the best move here? Anybody see the best move here?
For white?
So it looks like, yeah, white to move. So it looks like white just lost a knight for nothing, right? But actually, that's not the case. So white had an idea in mind. Oh, by the way, if the queen took the knight, why would that be a mistake? That would be also be a mistake. Why?
Black would lose its queen.
How?
The queen on d3 would take the queen on.
Well, if you took the queen, it's just going to be a trade of queens.
Oh, all right.
Right. So there's a better move than queen takes. Better move. What do you think?
Queen to d8. No, not doing that.
No.
Sorry.
So what's that? So yeah, if the queen took on e4, that would be a mistake also. Why? Why is that a mistake? So keep in mind,
because it's protected by the bishop.
No.
Oh, no, forget what I said.
No. So look, so the key here is the open e file. The queen and the king are lined up on the same file. So what does that mean?
Potential pin.
Yes. How?
Move the white queen to e3.
No. Again, if queen goes here, he just captures. So trade of queens. What's a better one? Much better move. What do you think?
Rook e1.
Yeah, rook e1. Rook e1 is pinning the queen to the king, and the black queen would be lost. Okay, so that's why he couldn't take with the queen. So instead he took with the knight, and very powerful move here. This is very famous. This is you're gonna see. You'll probably see this game many times because it's so famous. Queen to d8 check. Wow, what a queen sacrifice. You're not even the queen's not even taking anything. So this is what's called a deflective sacrifice, right? The queen is forcing the king to capture it on d8. Why would you do that? Why would you give up your queen so easily. What do you think? Now, what's the best move here?
You're going to move your bishop
To where?
diagonally over to what was that F5 or G5?
G5. Yeah, yeah. Bishop G5. Now, what is that? There's a name for this.
Discovered check.
It's a discovered check, but it's even more powerful than a discovered check. This is a discovered double check, right?
Okay.
See, the bishop and the rook are attacking the king. Very powerful discovered. Remember, I told you guys in normal when you're in check, you have to think of CPR, capture, protect, run, right? But a double check is a very unique situation, and in that case, your opponent can no longer capture or protect himself because he's checked by two pieces, and you can't deal with two pieces at the same time. You can only make one move at a time. So the only option that black can do in this position is run away. Now, there's two options here, king e8, king c7, and both lead to checkmate. So king e8, where's the checkmate?
It's going to be the rook moving up to D8.
Yeah, rook d8, checkmate. Very nice. Rook and bishop coordination. And then king c7, checkmate in one. Where is it?
That's going to be the bishop up to,
Yeah.
it's going to be 8. Yeah.
Very nice, right? Everybody see that? So the rook controls the whole d file, bishop controls the whole diagonal, and that's a nice checkmate. So beautiful queen sacrifice. This is called a deflective sacrifice or a decoy. You're decoying your king onto a square that you want him to be on, and this is to deliver a very powerful double check and an eventual checkmate. So yeah. So we just did you just did one game and one puzzle. So there's a couple of more stuff that we can do for next week. You guys want to continue for next week? Do part 2 of Queen's Gambit analysis? What do you think?
That sounds like fun.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All right. We'll do that then. Part 2. And yeah, that's the class for today. So yeah, so we'll just continue for next week. Yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You too.
Yeah.
Any
And-
recommendations for myself?
Yeah. So, do you see the learn? Yes.
Yes.
Someone put that in the comments. That's good. So let me see here. Wait, what is that? All right. Let's see. Hold on.